Hello and welcome to this episode of Newsodon, where we sit down and take a look at the week's animation news. And if you hang around all the way to the end of the video, I can give you links to free resources. But let's jump straight into this. This week, it's been reported in the New York Times that Disney is actually losing around the figure of $30 million a day. When you sit down and think about it, not many people think about like Disney's structure, but their whole core of their business was always about a personal experience for everyone who was going there. You look at all their theme parks and everything that goes along with their back end of entertainment. It was all about a personal one-on-one experience to give people the best interactive experience with the characters that they had developed. And if you look at it now, all of a sudden, people are not allowed to talk to each other or be close proximity to each other anymore. So the Disney experience has all of a sudden basically come to a grinding halt while this meteorite takes everyone off of the planet. There is no more real transactions going around where you get a one-on-one experience, except through video. But that's not the same as going to a theme park. Disney also had some cruise lines being built. Now that's also going to take quite a hit and take a while to get back on their feet with that. And the last one, their big purchase at the moment, is Disney Plus. With their subscription base, they actually had a projection of 5 years until they turned a profit. So that is now taking a bit of a hit as well. So with everything that's sort of gone on, Disney's had a real shocker for this year. But the thing that has happened, Bob Iger, who had stepped away from the business, is now still hanging around. It's been reported that he's not taking any money out of the business anymore as being head CEO, but he is still around to guide on his legacy for what Disney is. So he's going to help guide them through the turbulent waters that are happening at this point in time. Disney also announced this week that they will be delaying Soul and Raya and the Last Dragon, with Soul being pushed from its June 19th release date to being now down November 20th, and Raya being pushed from its November 25th date to March 2021. Trolls World Tour was released during the week as well, and it has blown up perfectly for Universal. They have made the most of everyone being locked in and being able to take advantage of a captive audience. With their comparison, with streaming services not really releasing a lot about how the numbers go or not having access to direct numbers straight off the bat as you would have with the box office. So Universal released the first day trading for Trolls World Tour to be 10 times that of what they got for Jurassic World. So with that, there's predictions that in their first day of Trolls World Tour being released, they made $30 million on that movie, which is a really good initial release for one day. So that wasn't for the first weekend, that was for the one day. So that's really good and really encouraging, but what a ripple effect is that going to have? And can it be reproduced? That will be the next thing that people are asking themselves. The big news in Australia this week came out that Bento Box, best known for their work on Bob's Burgers, and it was not that long ago bought out by Fox Corporation. So it is actually now part of the Fox Corporation. Entered into a deal with Melbourne-based Princess Pictures for a first look deal for animation. Princess Pictures founder Laura Waters recently said, "Australia punches above its weight in animation talent, with scores of Oscar nominations and wins, and very successful children's animated series. There's a slew of Australian talent making hilarious animation online, all with dedicated audiences. In collaboration with Bento Box, we're excited to support this new wave of comedy talent with professional budgets and access to opportunities on major platforms." Now, I'm really excited about this because this is something which I see as Australia being able to then have access to the world. The more people that actually look at Australia, considering the Australian dollar has gone down compared to the rest of the world, we have a lot of infrastructure and we do have a lot of talent. So I'm very excited that they have now signed a first look deal. It's the first time a company from the States has signed up with an Australian producers company. So they've actually signed a deal with Bento Box. So congratulations to the guys down at Princess Pictures. I've been a huge fan of Artella, and I've been using it since it has been in its beta release, but Bobby Beck has now come out and said that the beta version of Artella is now in its closing stages, which means that they are getting prepared to launch it as an enterprise version. Now, this really couldn't have come at a better time to be able to move production fully online. And Artella have done the testing with numerous short films being produced by people all around the world through the Artella platform. This is really exciting news. Congratulations to Bobby Beck and the team for being able to pull this all together. I'm really happy I got to use it and see what it does do. So as we move forward into a digital age, I think Artella has positioned itself to be a real fighting force for online animation and game production. And of course, as promised, the last thing I was going to say is that Pluralsight are now offering free April. So if you go down, check the links down in the description, you can sign up for all the classes they have in there for all of April for free. There is stacks of stuff on the website which you can kind of go through, everything from production, coding, all the way through to creation, 2D, drawing, game art, and heaps of other stuff. So check it out. It's only a short time left now. We're halfway through April, but get onto it and get yourself being upskilled during this time when you do have time home to be able to do it, if you have time at home. And that is the news for the week. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to hit that like button or subscribe. And until we're talking to each other again, bye-bye.